What's up, YouTube? This is Dave's Had Enough with the one-on-one YouTube gaming, or well, this one's the Nintendo YouTube gaming discussion, community discussion. I got a inspiration from YouTube. What brought me to YouTube? This guy actually started me doing videos. One of them, besides North Cali Dan. I was a big fan of his channel. He doesn't do YouTube too much anymore. I always thought he did great videos. And the reason I'm bringing him on this podcast, because this is probably one of his last times he's going to ever talk on YouTube to anybody. You might know Peter from inside, the comment sections and stuff like that. We're going to talk about, the Nintendo YouTube gaming community. All kinds of stuff to do with that and Nintendo, of course. And I just wanted to get Peter's insight of why he's leaving YouTube, and he's been on longer than I have. He's been here for, how long have you been on YouTube, Peter, altogether?
I would say around 2 years, I would say 2 years, maybe a little bit longer than that. Not in more than 3 years, I guess.
Yeah, you have been going on 3 years because I came on here. I've been about going on 2.5. You were on here a little bit before.
3? Yeah, 3. It's been so long.
3 years.
3. I would say 3. Yeah.
So what's been going on with you? What makes you? What's the whole thing? Why do you want to leave YouTube?
And hold up. By the way, is Peter5747.
Oh, okay.
I know some of y'all remember that in the comment section. I know that for sure. I know some of you guys have to remember, cause I annoyed the shit out of a lot of you in the comments. Always calling me a troll, this, that.
So, pretty much what we're going to talk about, I'm going to ask you, we're talking about some, different topics, mainly to do with the Nintendo YouTube gaming community, because it's kind of getting out of hand. You got people now saying that you're trolling when you're being honest. What's your thoughts on that, Peter?
When people say that, to me, they're retarded. That's the simple way. That's all I could say. They're retarded, because I had no idea that being honest is trolling. Like, that is the dumbest. Like, if you go to the street and say some stupid shit like that, people will look at you retarded. Oh, you're trolling for being honest. Like, what sense does that make? That's stupid. Like, these people, these guys on YouTube in the comments, they're just idiots, man. They're idiots. That's all. It's just crazy.
Could it be reversed on them? Like, with the shit they're saying about Nintendo, of how great it is, and the Wii U's all this, so fantastic, and got all these games, they love what's coming, what's on it now. Could they be considered trolling?
I think, yeah. That.
Why can't I say that with them? You must be trolling if you like that piece of shit.
Yeah. Yep, exactly.
That's what I'm saying. It could be reversed on them. So everybody that has an opinion that's against Nintendo has to be trolling, I guess, right?
Yeah.
And they're, I get a trip out of it. When I first came on YouTube, we had characters like, Gamer Nate 78, where he's gone. Me and Nate, had our issues, but he's a good dude. He introduced me to a lot of people here, like Mr. T on YouTube. Met a lot of people through Nate, and I have no grudges against Nate, at all. I have nothing against Nate. And one thing I want to bring up, the whole thing with Nate, when he got tired with the Nintendo YouTube gaming community, he said he was tired of being their white knight. And what he meant by that was he was tired of being the guy for them to go to and get the information on the Wii U to make it okay for them, that they have okay with their purchase. Now, you got new characters on here. I'm not trying to, put down anybody or nothing. It's nothing like that. But, my buddy Bear Hugger 29, he is a white knight for Nintendo. This ain't nothing bad, Bear Hugger. It's just what it is. You are the guy that these Wii U weirdos go to, that you assure them that their purchase is okay. Now that you're getting a PS4, they're all to hell because another white knight has kicked the bucket. That's what it all boils down to. You're not going to be there to cheer up Nintendo. I know you're going to tell me, yes, Dave, I love Nintendo, and you do. I believe you love Nintendo just like I do. But I think with the whole PS4, what they're thinking in their head is that you're not going to be focused on Nintendo, and this is just my opinion. I think once you get the PS4 and how I experienced the Wii U as a longtime Nintendo fan, I just didn't feel the same. I wasn't satisfied with the Wii U, and the PS4 is satisfying because it has content. I know you're going to tell me the Wii U's got all this content coming, and all. I have something for you to do with your video that you responded to me today. Show me a video like you did with your PS4 of all the games you want. I want to see even half the games you showed in that video to show me with the Wii U that you want that's coming out. Just saying. I want to see a video like that. But that ain't nothing against Bear Hugger. I had to use him as an example because he is their white knight, just like Nate was their white knight, and many of these other white knights. And I'm noticing a lot of these white knights are getting other consoles, like Furious Francis got a PS4. Dr. Trey, he got a PS4. Their god Shokyo that they turned on like wall, he's got a PS4. Now, if this Wii U is so great, why are they having to go out to get a PS4? Can you tell me, Peter?
Because obviously the Wii U doesn't have the multiplats.
Oh, okay. But they're not needed, remember? Fucking third party.
They don't have Mortal Kombat. They don't have GTA 5. They're not gonna get The Witcher 3. They're not gonna get none of those games. None. If anything, they're gonna get Lego games and kitty shit, pretty much.
Well, Lego Jurassic Park does look pretty cool. Now, I'm sure the Wii U version, it's got all the features. For some odd reason, out of all the fucking third-party strip games on the Wii U, the fucking Lego games have everything over all the other consoles. Nintendo sealed that deal. Oh, I go off on this stuff all day. But, it is true, though. I'm going to be honest. You had Nate. Nate was a person that was all about Nintendo at times, and of course he was all about Microsoft and Sony. But he liked to go to the Nintendo crowd. And then he would always feel bad, kind of. I'm not, Bear Hugger, I'm not attacking you, but you're kind of, I'm not saying you're Nate at all. That's not it. But I'm seeing the same thing of what went on with Nate when he would have issues with his fan base when he was with the Nintendo crowd. He didn't want to do nothing to upset them. He's like, guys, I'm getting a PS4, but I'm still going to do this. If they like you, man, there is no reason for you to be, you should be able to do whatever you want to do. It's not up to them if you want a console or whatever. There's no discussion of what you got to do with your life. That's what I'm saying. Nate, I watched Nate go through all that. I sat there and watched Nate. He got his Wii U. Nate had it. Nate was a little different. You're not. That's why I'm saying you two aren't alike in that sense. Nate would go trade in his console and go get that console and go back at a Wii U. No, it wasn't like that. But Nate went through these issues of when he got other consoles, he had to, explain everything to his Nintendo fan base and make sure they're okay. It's almost like they're like children. Like you got to talk to a little kid. All right, little Nicky. I'm gonna be doing this. Don't get upset. Don't throw a little tantrum. I'm gonna be doing this. It's like you're talking to children. Am I right?
Yeah. Yep.
And Nate said he was tired of being their white knight. The person that had to cheer them up. I remember the whole thing was funny with Nate. It was around the time of the whole Batman thing. you know, when the Batmobile couldn't run fucking 25 miles an hour on the Wii U or some shit like that, and he went and explained, like, guys, I know Arkham Knight can do it. All right, they're gonna do this because Nate knew all about computers, so he would do a video talking up, you know, how the Batman Arkham Knight can run on the Wii U, and then all the little weirdos are like, yeah, Nate did it. He proved everybody wrong. And then next week, Nate would be like this. Oh, I was wrong. The Batmobile runs 10 miles an hour, can't get up to 25 or some shit like that. Like, you turned the whole thing around. They turned on him. You know, Nate would go into like PS4 mode or Xbox mode and completely change what he was talking about, cheering the Wii U up. So pretty much what they need, these Wii U weirdos, for their, you know, they need to be assured of their purchase. That's what it all boils down to. And you got people, you know, that, which I love his channel. Bear Hugger has a great channel for Nintendo content and, you know, other content like Sony and Microsoft. And the guy's an actual gamer. You can actually go to his channel and see him that he plays games. You can tell by talking to him. A lot of these other dudes, I don't know. You know, a lot of these other dudes, I think, it brings me this question, Peter. Do you think the YouTube gaming community is tired of drama or gaming? Now they say we're tired of the drama, I think they're tired of fucking gaming.
Yo, that question is hilarious. They say, you know what's funny about the people? They say that they're tired of drama, but they keep watching. They keep coming. They keep staying in the comments, you know, and over and over and over. I don't think most of these people in the comments game at all because they live in the comment section. That's what I think.
Like I was explaining to you, Peter, man. You know, okay, say now the past 2 days I have done YouTube videos and shit. You know, I haven't really got on this type of YouTube little binge in a while. Like I got to a little YouTube binge where I've been making videos. With me working and doing other things in life, that has taken away time for gaming. Doing this YouTube videos and doing this podcast and my podcast that weekend. So if I was doing this all the time, when would I have time to game with work and everything and all the other shit that goes on in life? So to me, these people, in all honesty, just like talking about games, you know?
Yeah.
And the whole thing with the drama, you know, I think they enjoy the drama and people, you know, doing all kinds of shit in videos that, you know, with gaming, not about actual games. They want to hear, you know, this dude talk about this dude, or they want to see you go off about a company or whatever. So that's what they want. They don't want fucking gaming. They don't care about it. They just want to talk about Splatoon and go on and on and on about it, not having this and that and this, because it's all this fucking shit. It's stuff for them to talk about. Am I right?
Yeah, it's crazy. This community is just crazy now.
It's fucking nuts. I mean, it's very hypocritical. Like the shit that they say, they're like, well, I'm tired of the drama. But you put up a video, like for example, somebody tagged me and I did a video, and you talk about like your gaming past and shit. And that video got no views. But then I make a video about amiibos, and if it's normal for grown men to, you know, collect them, that video. I mean, what the fuck? I mean, my Mr. T video, me and Mr. T are cool, but when I did that video, that gets views. But if I ever talk about a gaming review or do something about totally gaming, you know, talk about a game I played or anything, no views. You get very average, below views. But when you go on about some kind of like say you do like a rant video about something, or you go on a video response to another YouTuber like I did, Mr. T and Bear Hugger, those views shoot to the roof. Because people want to see you if you're going to go off in that video and say something about somebody, or, you know, start kind of some kind of drama. You know, that's what they want to see. They do not care about gaming, in my opinion. Would you agree with that question?
Yeah. Yes, so, they don't. So don't.
They're tired of gaming. It's not drama, right?
Yeah. Okay. Wait. I got a question. Who is the grown man collecting amiibos, or what I will call gay amiibos? Who's the one who's?
Well, what
Oh
happened
my
the other
god.
day? Oh, and since I have you on here, just a coincidence. The other day, I had a YouTuber slash subscriber. You know, he showed me a podcast, and I don't watch these dudes' podcasts at all no more. You know, ever since I was on their channel, supporting their channel like an idiot, liking their videos, and doing all that, and then just because I didn't agree with what they had to say in their video or podcast, they blocked me. But I was the dumbass liking their videos, sharing them and throwing in a comment, maybe I didn't agree, but it wasn't like a bad comment until they got nasty with me. Then,
Yeah.
of course they block you and all that shit, and you supported their channel. It don't make any sense. It's like the time with Furious Francis when he blocked me, and I said, what am I getting blocked for, man? He's like, you're upsetting my fan base. Why? Because I'm not agreeing with you? Like, I don't agree with you every video? So,
Yeah.
go to these dudes the other day. So my subscriber slash YouTuber, this YouTuber video game lover, he says, hey man, these guys were talking about you, or children were talking about you in a podcast, the Predictors podcast. And I agree with Blackbot. Like,
Oh
what
god.
did you guys ever predict that was right? If you're a
Nothing.
predictor, you're usually right, right? So anyways, so they're talking about me. They act like they don't know me. The one guy said he knew me. The other one acts like he don't know me. And that's the one that me and you got in an argument with on his channel where we both got blocked about 2 years ago, right?
Yep. KFC.
What's his name? What's his name, Peter?
It's KFD, but I call him KFC.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he's like trying to read my name. I know the guy can't read, but I know he knows who I am. He's like DavesHadeNuFF, or he couldn't say it. He's struggling. The other guy's like, no, Dave's had enough. Like, they're too stupid to understand. That's how I wrote it, so it's short. But that's just how they are. But anyways, he's going on a podcast about me. I haven't talked about these dudes in forever. I actually forgot about them. Like, I didn't even know that that little corner of Nintendo was even still there. I didn't even. One thing I'll give Furious Francis and a lot of these other dudes like him, they're actually somebody people go watch and stuff. The Predictors podcast, you got a lot of little kids in there watching his YouTube channel. People that care about amiibos and stupid shit to do with Nintendo that nobody cares about. Like Kirby and I'm just saying like the kiddie stuff, the more kiddie stuff with Nintendo. And these guys talk about it like adults care or something. But what all went down that time when we got blocked? Was I just speak my opinions and I got blocked, right?
Yeah. I mean, these are the type of dudes that look. If you're white knighting for Nintendo, they will be your best friend. But the minute you say you critique Nintendo, oh god, all hell broke loose. They'll start, they'll block you. Like, the time that I was with those guys, like, I was on their Facebook group. And they, they was being cool. I was even in Skype with them. And when I started to see things that I didn't agree with, that Nintendo was doing, all of a sudden, they blocked me from their group, and then they attack me. That's what these guys do. When they see that you're white knighting for Nintendo, they'll pretty much suck you off or whatever. They'll cheer you on, give you likes, and probably even shout your channel out. But the minute you say anything that's negative towards Nintendo, your opinion, oh my god. Then they say you're a pretendo and this. Those guys are just a bunch of, how you say, Wii U weirdos. They're just idiots. That's how I cut. And who was the idiot collecting amiibos, talking 14-minute video about amiibos? Who's that idiot?
Buddy Tony. I think his channel's name is PM Prime. That's the dude that was a dude that was holding up like Captain Toad amiibo and like going over different parts of the amiibo, and I'm like, oh shit, well, this guy's fucking. I was like, I hope these people don't have children. Their kids be looking at them,
You know what?
The kids would be like, what the fuck's wrong with Dad tonight, Mom? Oh, he's over there playing with his amiibos.
You know what? You know what's crazy? That dude is in his 30s, and still playing with freaking with toys, with Happy Meal toys. Like, it's amazing. And I'm letting y'all know, whoever's in the comments, I don't give a flying fuck if you get mad. If you collect amiibos, you gay. I don't give a shit. You are a homosexual. I don't give a fuck. You're just a fucking weirdo for real. Like, how the fuck you a grown man and you like it's mind-boggling. Like, oh my god, it's crazy. It's crazy.
Just take it to another extreme. These men, these grown middle-aged men, are fucking going and standing online in the cold for them, waiting for Toys R Us. That's the crazy part. Pushing kids out of the way. They're like, hey, riding down the road, they're talking to their, if they have a wife. Like, yeah, I'm going to Toys R Us. Aren't you supposed to drop the kids off from school? No, going to get amiibos. You know, it's great. I mean,
these dudes are creeps. They are the definition of creeps, man. Like, for real. Oh my god. Amiibos, really? I mean, I expect that from a 5-year-old, 10-year-old at most. But a 30, you on your 30s and on your 20s collecting amiibos? What?
Some of them are older than that, man. Now,
and close to their 40s? Oh my god.
KFD, he's 22. So that's what I was talking with you about before the podcast. So if you're 22, you probably he grew up in the N64.
Yes.
How I got it, I would say he's probably born in 93, and, probably by the time, I would say, you had I'm assuming he was 3 years old at the N64, so I'd say GameCube, possibly, he was playing games. So that's where it kind of, N64 GameCube, that's where he started out. And if you started in that generation, you'd be happy where the fuck Nintendo is, wouldn't you?
That's why I think that a lot of people in this, these fanboys, I believe that most of them their first console was the GameCube. There's no way in hell you could sit there and say that your first console was the SNES. No way. If you do, and you're in the comments right now, you're a fucking liar. That's all I'm gonna say to you idiots in the comments. I know there's gonna be idiots in the comments. There's no way in hell you could accept everything that Nintendo's doing right now. It's impossible. It's crazy. No way. No voice chat in Splatoon? Really? Really? A multiplayer, a game that needs, you need to communicate with your teammate to know what the hell they're gonna do, where the enemy is at and shit like that. Come on, man. And these are the same people defending this? Come on.
Isn't it weird, grown men defending this type of game? Like, that is enough. Like, that is, it's not that they're trying for voice chat, which is really fucking weird. They want to talk to kids, but grown men damage controlling, defending, whatever you want to call it, a game like that's clearly for children. I mean,
my god.
I look at it like this. This is how I look at it. I grew up in the NES generation. All right, I grew up with Mario, so Mario is from my childhood, Okay, that's fine, But am I going to go play Mario like I'm a kid again? You know what I'm saying? Am I going to treat it like that? I treat Nintendo, like games like that, like, okay, this is part of my childhood, but I don't want to relive my childhood every fucking day like some of these motherfuckers. And I'll say one thing. If you're my age and you're going out and getting fucking amiibos, that wasn't part of your childhood. It's fucking weird. That's what's fucking up with that. Amiibos was not your childhood. I could see if you collected maybe Ghostbuster toys or something. You had, like, maybe, in the boxes or something. These motherfuckers are playing with amiibos, like little toys. Like in that video, like look Captain Toad, and he's like playing with Princess. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Like, and that motherfucker had something to say about me. That's what's funny. And he wears a hood in this predictive podcast with the logo. I was like, that motherfucker looks like a creep going, and I can imagine him at Toys R Us, you know? I mean, you could say all you want about me, but when you do shit like that, you have no room to talk.
Yeah, you are definitely, and
credit.
and you guys could, in the comments, y'all could call me a flip-flopper all y'all want, but this flip-flopper will never buy fucking amiibos. Are you kidding me? You know how embarrassing that must be? And especially all the kids, even the people working at Toys R Us, they must look at these grown men like they're idiots. Like, it's crazy.
And they're like going to Toys R Us not just to get, you know, some amiibos. They're going for different waves. They're like, oh shit, this wave coming out. We're not paying the power bill this month. You know, let's you know, what we found one on eBay. What's it going for? They don't give a fuck. They're buying that amiibo. It's going without if they have any kids. Like I said, they're gonna starve this month. They're getting the amiibo that they can't find.
Oh my god.
Oh man. I don't know.
That boggles my mind. Grown men collecting amiibos. That's like, crazy.
I could see you collecting Star Wars toys, you know, comic books like The Walking Dead. That's fine. You may grow up on comic books. You may have grown up collecting basketball cards. That's fine. But you are not a middle-aged man going to a store collecting amiibos, you know, and just all of a sudden you can't tell me you collected them your whole life because it's something new. It looks very odd,
God.
you know, especially if you're at Toys R Us fighting over amiibos with children, you know.
Yeah.
Kids, it's not right, you know.
Yeah.
I could see one of them motherfuckers like that Tony guy with the hood snatching out of the kid's hand. Knocking kids down. Fucking, it's crazy.
Now that you mention him, he always be like on his video, baddest motherfucker on YouTube. He must be the baddest motherfucker to get amiibos now.
I mean, I could see like someone like PFD collecting amiibos because he looks about that age, you know. Does that make sense? I mean, he looks about that age. But that other guy, I don't know. I'm sorry.
I think, yeah, that's crazy. That is crazy. And don't be surprised if you got some weirdos in your comments that are probably older than this dude or even older than you, and they collecting amiibos like no tomorrow, man.
I don't know. It's beyond me, to be honest with you. But okay. So a lot of these dudes too, like you got like this KFD dude. I don't know how old Furious Francis is. He might be around my age. But a lot of them are young, like Twilight Bites, KFD, the Ethiopian. We'll call him that.
Hold up. Wait. Since you mentioned Twilight Bites, Twilight. Wait. I'm gonna go in since this is gonna be my last. You know, I'm gonna go in on these dudes. They'll probably watch. Twilight Bites, you are the biggest fucking idiot that uses big words on the fucking internet. You using big words don't make you smart, you dumbass nigga. You're just an ignorant, dumb fuck. That's what you are. Always getting mad in the comments when people don't agree with you. And you said the dumbest shit ever when you was on Zaire's. You know, you retarded. What was it that he said? It was some infamous joint. Like, he says, you are an idiot, man.
He said Splatoon is on par with Infamous Seconds.
With Infamous? Idiot. He is an idiot.
Oh, man. I don't know. It blows my mind. You know, but I don't know. What I was getting at before I lose train of thought. All right, damn it. With the whole thing with what was I want to get? Okay, that was what I was getting at. Okay, you got Twilight Bites, that's probably 22, 23. You got KFD, that's 22, 23. I think he said he turned 23 this week or whatever. Okay, these motherfuckers think because they know everything about fucking Iwata, you know, and what fucking toothpaste he uses and what underwear he wears, that they know everything about Nintendo. But does that make them a gamer? Just because you know everything about fucking Iwata and what toothpaste he uses and what kind of underwear he likes, you know? Does that mean you know you played these games?
No.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep. That's what a lot of that's what a lot of people do.
Some of these motherfuckers know shit that I, you know, I'd have to sit here and think maybe and couldn't remember because it's so fucking long ago, and they remember it like it was yesterday. It's probably because they just fucking played it. You know? That's what it boils down to. They didn't grow up on this shit because they're too young, you know? But they'll tell you like they did, you know? They'll tell you how Nintendo was, but they have no fucking clue what Nintendo was like in the NES, Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis days. They have no clue what that era was, nothing. They just have the retro gaming aspect of it, you know? Yeah. Just saying.
Yep.
I mean, I get a trip. I mean, I do. I'll say one thing about YouTube. Like you said one time in your video, I remember, you learn a lot about gaming companies, you know, like Iwata, like, you know, what he does at lunchtime, at work. You learn everything. But I'm just saying, I've learned a lot from YouTube with, like, the history of gaming. But are you, just because you know all that, does that make you a gamer?
No. You have to play the games. And I have a question for you guys in the comment section that live in the comment section. Do you guys even play games? Since you guys talk about it so damn much? Probably not.
Well, like I said, if you're doing this all the fucking time, when is it, and you have to hold a job, when is the time for fucking, you know, playing games? Because the past, I'll be honest with you, the past few days I've done videos and podcasts, the only thing I got to do was finish the Walking Dead Season 2. That was the only thing I had to do. Last episode. There was no time for playing Mortal Kombat, nothing. No time, because I have to work. You know, you have to live. You know, so I make videos. You know, I made videos. I enjoy it, but I enjoy it. I enjoy getting these motherfuckers going. It's fun. But if you're doing this, like, I'm not saying, like, if you make a video a day, even if you do that, that's fine. 2 videos if it's a day you want to do 2 videos. If you're doing that and that's what you like to do, that's fine. But I'm talking about the motherfuckers that do 3 to 5 videos that put up gameplay on their channels while they're talking. That's the fucking beginning of the fucking game. You never see the middle or the end. You're like, hey, guys, I got the new fucking Bloodborne. Look, it's the beginning of the game. Same thing with fucking, they'll do like a gameplay of, say, fucking Far Cry 4. You'll see the beginning of Far Cry when he's talking to the guy at the table. I was like, I might want to see you play the middle of the game. But hell, let's see the end. Do you ever see that? Do you ever notice that? They always put up gameplay in the beginning of the game.
Yeah, you know? I've noticed that a lot.
I mean, like, there is actual people like RXL that plays games. You know, I give it to the dude. He plays games. I've been even watching Black Bond lately. I've been getting into his, like, I like his Nintendo videos, but I've been watching his other ones here and there. He actually plays games, you know. These dudes, I have to give it to them, they play games. One thing I'll say about Furious Francis, the dude does play games, you know. I will say that about him, you know. But a lot of these other dudes, and Bear Hugger, he's another one that plays games. But a lot of these other people, they love to get on video, you know, love to make all these videos, but when you really think about it, when do they have time to play games when they're always fucking doing this, you know? And, you know, always I hear, what's the problem with the YouTube gaming community? I hear that. A lot of people say that. Well, problem is grown men with too much time on their hands, you know? They don't play games, so they gotta talk about games. I think this was an easy outlet for people to make friends. They can pose as a gamer, you know, because you know what a poser is. Like, you ever, like when I was, whenever I would skateboard or play the guitar back in the day, when I was all into guitar and stuff, you'll have, you know, people, maybe friends of friends come by and they'll have a Fender shirt on. And I was, oh, you play the guitar? Yeah, I do, you know, or no, I picked one up for a little bit. But they're dressed like they're fucking ready to hit the stage or something at fucking Ozfest. Or same thing with, like, skateboarders that wear DC shirts and stuff, but these motherfuckers never touched a skateboard. And it's like the same thing with the YouTube gaming community. You got all these dudes buying games and saying this shit. They ain't never played a damn game in their life, probably, but the first level, just for YouTube.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, look at this cool streaming feature I'm gonna use. Oh, I'll stream this. I'll put this or this little. I'll capture this gameplay and throw it up on my channel. Then you'll never see the end of the game. You know. And I'm not sitting here saying I'm this guy that finishes a bunch of games. You know, I do play games though, and I have reached the end of them in my life. You know, and it has been recently. I mean, it's crazy. So what makes you want to leave YouTube, man? Why are you? Well, I noticed you haven't made videos in a while too, but you've still been around, you know, watching videos. You're just totally done with it, right?
Yeah. Well, look, the reason why I'm pretty much done with YouTube is because, like, gaming, I'm not like I've completely lost interest in gaming. I'm into other hobbies, you know. I'm into pretty much going out to the movies more, watching baseball games, working out. You know, I've been doing that for the past 2 weeks. And pretty much, like, even you, like, this community, I saw a video from King Grumpachi, something like that. You know, his latest video. And what he said is... everything he said in that video, it's exactly how I feel about this community. Like, this community is just the same thing over and over and over and over again. Every year it's the same thing. Before E3, here comes the drama. Like, you know, people going at Crap Gamer, going as Zaire, going like... It's just crazy, like personal insults, you know, Skype battles. And like, as far as gaming goes, I'm just tired. Look, I come from an era from the SNES, you know, where games were complete. Yeah, there were bugs there, but the games were complete. And now this DLC stuff, it's just crazy. It's getting out of hand. Like, it's beyond spending $65 now, and it's just crazy. Now you have to spend the 65. After that, you got to get the season pass to get the content, which is crazy. Which is content that's supposed to be on the disc, and a lot of people support that, which is mind-boggling. You know, and another thing is, it's just like these games, some of these games, they mess up your console, whether it's physical or digital, and all these patches, like, it's just a bunch of stuff. It's just a lot of fuckery in this gaming stuff. And the way how I see gaming now, I see it, in my opinion, some of y'all might get upset, but I don't care. Like I said, I don't give a shit. You know, this is the last time you guys are going to hear from me anyways. After this, I am done. I'm never going to come back. You're not going to see me in the comment section. You're not going to see me if you know me or if you've heard of me in the past.
I don't see you
now. Now you see me now, but after this, trust me, you're not going to see me again. I'm going to be gone. I ain't coming back. You ain't going to...
Peter, I was going to make a video for you. This is a video. I'm just gonna bust it out right here.
Hold up. You're not gonna see Peter419 commenting on nothing.
I believe that. I believe I may not see you on YouTube. That's fine. But I'm talking about the whole gaming thing. You're telling me you're done with gaming and all that. All right, I'm just gonna tell you a story about me.
Oh, wait, hold up. Before you get into that,
change all this and say it.
Before you get into that, the reason why I say that, I might get into that probably later, probably when I have a family, who knows. But for now, really, how everything is fucked up, you know, with these remasters and paying for on like, you know, right now the answer is hell no. I'm done with it. It's a scam. That's how I see it. All right, go ahead, Dave.
All right. Now, this is a true fact and being honest. All right. When you're about what, 22, 23?
No, I'm 25.
Okay. So actually, at your age is when I had went through a time where I didn't play games. Actually, that age. That's when I was 26 when I got locked up. All right. And I was doing all kinds of shit before that when I got in trouble. You know, when I was younger, all into games. Hit the teenage years, it's different. You know, you're in high school, and you guys gotta really think. Back then, gaming wasn't like it was now, where it was acceptable to everybody. You know, it wasn't like there was girls playing and everything, so it wasn't cool to go to a party and be like, hey, yeah, I just got on that I just got off that Call of Duty and, you know, was playing online multiplayer or beat the, you know, Legend of Zelda. It wasn't like that. You didn't talk about that shit unless it was okay at that house or whatever. You know, that's just how it looked. I was the type of person didn't really give a shit, but I had a lot of people, a lot of friends like that. Wouldn't even discuss it with if there was chicks around. All right, so when I hit about 19, that's when I got my first real serious relationship, and I was engaged. You know, and the girl at the time, that was when I was playing Xbox. She fucking hated it. She didn't want to see the Xbox, my dog. And she didn't like my my one friend. Okay. So I just, you know what, just to not listen to her bitch, I would sneak and play it every so often, you know. And then after a while, putting up with her, listening to her bitch so much, I didn't even want to even hear it. You know, gaming wasn't that important to me. Broke up with her, went back to gaming, you know. Then went through another period of my life where I got partying a lot, you know, and, you know, going out to parties and doing drugs and screwing girls was a bigger priority. Than fucking, you know, playing
video games.
60,
yeah.
To be honest. All right. So last generation, I was kind of in and out of it. So when I moved up here, you know, about 3 years ago, that's when I picked up another PS3. But I've always had all these consoles day one. Whether it's sitting in my house, just wasn't playing them, whatever. When I moved up here, I had got rid of everything at the time from what happened. You know, I got a lot of shit. Shit was bad. Moved up here. Picked up a Wii U. Thought I'd be alright. I got the new Nintendo. I slipped down the Wii. Thought it was the new Super Nintendo. Man, was I sadly mistaken. Went and got a PS3. Felt good again. You know, playing PS3. Got all back in the games again. Living up here and haven't gotten to those moments where I don't want to play them. You know, here and there, you know, you go through your days where you might not want to play them for a day, but I have to say I'm pretty consistent. You know, playing games every other day or every day. You know, but you know, at nighttime, an hour or two, but there has been periods in my life where things were going on, whether you have a girl, fiance, whatever, you know, where you're not going to think of gaming as a priority, and you just get tired of it. You know, there is times where you just, you know, a lot of these people on this site, you know, they say, well, I'm tired of this, I'm tired of that. What it really boils down to, you're not tired of the DLC, you're not tired of that, you're tired of gaming. You need a break. You know, it's like watching the same fucking movie. I love Scarface, you know, and I love The Exorcist. I'm a big horror dude, but I can watch those movies a million times and never get tired of them. But there's other movies, you know, that I just cannot fucking stand. You know, to watch. I like them, but I can't watch them over and over like I can them two movies. You know, but you just go through periods of your life where you get tired of stuff. It happens with gaming too. But if you are a true gamer and you love that stuff, you always go back to what you love. And that does with anything, you know. You might get tired of playing basketball. Then you might go back to playing basketball. It goes on with everything. Now, this YouTube gaming community, I could see somebody getting burnt out on this and never doing it again. I can honestly agree with that. But I think somebody will always watch it. You'll always go back and see, oh, what's this dumbass doing talking about? Click, click, click. You know, it's very easy to do. You know, you don't have to have an account to do that. But I could see somebody getting fed up with this and just being done. But see, I have my periods where I really enjoy, you know, doing videos and watching people get all fucking bent out of shape, what I have to say, with my honesty. You know, just me being honest with myself, you know, not nothing else. And I think that's what kills them the most. But that's what I have to say. That's it, Peter.
Yeah. Nah, yeah, man. But I don't know. I've been in this community for so long, even though I was never big or anything like that. you know, to
Yeah,
like
but you
I'm
had a
just
good, you
like,
had a good.
oh
Now
man.
tell the story. Tell the story. You had a great channel. Yes, you did it. You had about 300 subs. You know that I like the smaller channels. I like channels like Blackbon. You know, RXL, even the bigger ones like I watch Boogie and stuff like that. But I like the little channels too, and that's why I started my podcast. You know, when I started the Dave's Had Enough show and actually the Dave and Meat show to get littler channels on YouTube and give them a voice and shit and get their name out there. And I always like channels like yours and Chrono, and he don't do YouTube no more. He's actually
Yeah.
says he plays Smash with Chokio. They do tournaments and shit. You know, I mean, I liked your guys' channel, North Cali Dan, when he did his shit. I thought it was entertaining, and
Yeah.
you know, I would miss your channel when you go. I know you haven't done videos in a while, but I'd like to see a new
Oof.
video from you. I always liked your opinion, man. To
Yeah.
be honest. But
Yeah,
I can
man.
understand you. But I want to know when you got into YouTube. Tell me what happened to you with the whole thing with how you started out as a Nintendo channel and then you didn't have the same feelings about Nintendo and they turned on you like rabid dogs. So I want to hear that story.
Well, to be honest, when I first started, the reason why I started was basically because I was at that time I was one of the people that got tired of people attack, like all I ever saw on YouTube was people attacking Nintendo like crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, I don't know, I just didn't like that people attacking it, at that time. Like, yeah, they're my favorite company, and I just wanted to pretty much like how you said with the white knighting thing, I was doing that. But at the same time, I always kept it clear. Like, if there's something that I don't like, I am gonna speak out on it. But when I wasn't doing that, these fanboys, all of a sudden, out of nowhere, they came to me liking my videos. Good video, great video, Peter. Love your videos, man. This, that, and the third. And even how I said before, even I was even getting shout outs, and I was also doing gameplay, you know but when I stopped support, like defending Nintendo, when I started to see what they were doing was wrong, at least to me, I didn't like it. All of a sudden, these fanboys, they turn on you. You know, they say you're a flip flopper, you're a liar, you're a fraud, you're a bitch, all this, And from there, like when I started to see that, in a way, like it made me, for a little period of time, not make videos, because the way, this is how I see it. What is the point of having a channel if, when you're honest, people don't want to hear it? People want to hear lies. And I've always been an honest person. Like, if I don't like something, I'm gonna let you know I don't like this. It could have been with either company, Microsoft, Sony, or Nintendo. At the end of the day, we're consumers, and if we don't like something, we have the right to speak out on it. And a lot of people here, they just don't do that. They just support the company, like, and that's how, pretty much how I just simply just got tired of it. Like, I work so much. When I get home, I barely want to play anything. I don't want to play anything. And yeah, I used to, watch videos here and there. But even when I went on vacation, I wasn't even thinking about gaming or YouTube. None of that stuff. Like, and now, I'm here, and that's how I truly feel about this community. This community is fucked up.
So in
And
other words, what you're telling me, when you started doing
yeah,
YouTube, you were the go-to, not saying go-to, but you were one of the Nintendo White Knights.
yes,
that
Yes.
little weirdos could go to and get their information, you know, and get, you know, you would assure them that their purchase was acceptable, you know, that they
Well,
didn't, you know,
the only thing I did do was, I don't know, like I just didn't like at that time when I first started. I just didn't like, since Nintendo, you know, is my favorite company. Like, but then I started to realize, and I saw why people were doing it. And when I started to see it for myself, you know, the opinions that people hated, I just said them, you know, and that's how it is. And that's what I think that Bear Hugger is going through right now. You know, that's what I feel like. It's like, I wouldn't be surprised, not that I'm bragging or anything, I wouldn't be surprised if some of those fans that he has were mine in the past, you know, when I started. I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised, because I know that at least one of them had to be one of my fans in the past. Yeah, they're gonna forget because I haven't made any videos and haven't shown and even changed, you know, the YouTube names. You know what I'm saying? When now, I wouldn't be surprised.
well, see,
But it's a shame.
when I
Go ahead,
came
go
to
ahead.
YouTube, that was when I think you were transitioning your channel. Like, you were going from this Nintendo dude to where you came to the
Being a
realization.
being a realist, yes.
You know, you came to, if that's the word I'm trying to think, if that's the word I'm trying to. You just came to the state of mind, whatever,
Yeah.
that you were just tired of their bullshit. Like,
Mhm.
you know, a lot of these dudes, they got to sit on here and, you know, tell their subscribers, you know, I worked all day, I'm tired, I'm sorry. It was taken, and two, to tell the audience, this Google Hangouts took forever to get started. We wanted to start 3 hours ago. We couldn't
Yup,
get
yup. That's facts right there.
Google. But, you know, you came to the point in your life when you were doing YouTube that with Nintendo, that you were just done with their bullshit, you know?
Yes.
And then when you did that, these people that came to your channel for, you know, information on Nintendo and for you to assure them that their purchase was correct, which it was very wrong, they turned on you like rabid dogs, you know?
Yes.
And I watched your. I remember that was right when I came on YouTube, where because I couldn't understand. I could never understand your comment section. You'd have a bunch of Nintendo dudes in there, but some of them would be like saying things like, you know, trying to, when you would do a video, they would want you. You could tell they were wanting you to go back to how you were, but they weren't trying to. They were unhappy with what you said, but they didn't want to totally attack you. And then you had these other ones that were going right at you, and I was like, well, what the fuck's up with this? You know, and then you
Mhm.
told me that started out, you know, as a Nintendo channel, and you were actually happy with Nintendo, but you were getting tired of their bullshit.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, man.
that's what's going on with YouTube with a lot of these dudes. You know, they, you get on this whole Nintendo roll, and, you know, they with their audience, you know, and I'll admit, you know, when you do a Nintendo video that they love, they're all in your comment section, you know, giving
Yeah, they're
you
kissing your ass. They're
kissing
kissing
your
your
ass.
ass.
The
Yeah.
minute you say something different, that's it.
Mhm.
They're ready
Yeah.
to, you know, crucify you at the cross. I'm serious.
Oh, unsub this, that, and
Wait,
the third.
since you brought that up, what is this shit with unsubbing? I notice sometimes I'll do a video, piss some people off. Then I see like 5 people unsub. But then I'll make a video that does the same thing sometimes, and I'll see these 5 people just sub back. You know, it's like always like people like rotating. Like, can they just not decide whether they want to be subscribed to me or not? I'm
I
always
think
gonna say
that.
the same thing. I mean, sometimes I may be happy with certain things they do, but I always have usually the same, you know, state of mind with what's going on with
Mhm.
Nintendo, because their shit don't change. They haven't
Mhm.
been what they've been since back in the days, you know,
Yeah.
the NES days, Super Nintendo. So I don't think
Yeah.
my theory of Nintendo is going to change or opinion anytime
No.
soon, guys. So
No.
if you don't want to subscribe to me, unsub. But all the people that are subscribed to me that, you know, like my videos and can understand what I'm saying, I'm glad to have you. But if you don't like what I say, get the fuck out of here. Leave. I mean,
Yeah.
you're not hurting me on subbing because I know one thing. You will always be watching.
Yup.
Subscribed or not. It don't matter.
Yup.
Just leave this subscribe and just, you know, be done with it.
You know what's funny? These same people that say that they're gonna unsub, you see them in the comment section, which is crazy. You see them in the comments. Those are the same people that thumb your video down. You know, like it's just crazy. Like I don't get that. Like if the person is being honest, why are you, you know, like dissing the person and disrespecting? Why? Like if you, it's crazy. It's crazy.
Sent me a link, and he actually has him as the White Knight of Nintendo with a pony. That's pretty funny. Yeah, something. That looks that's pretty cool, Bear Hugger. Now Bear Hugger is a cool guy. So I get on here, discuss things. He knows I'm not fucking. I don't. After this podcast, I'm like, he's a fucking weirdo for letting them idiots watch his videos and doing this and that. He knows I'm not like that. When it all comes down to it, you can do whatever you want to do. I'm always going to say my opinion, though. You know, but it don't make me hate you.
Yeah.
It don't make me dislike you.
Yeah.
I'm not saying anything bad about you. I'm just saying how I see these people because even, sometimes Bear Hugger will be like, I can see in his videos or when I've talked to him, oh, they're not going to like this or that, Who the fuck cares? I'm not
gonna lie. Like at first, like when I started YouTube on like my first year or whatever, there were times that you get sort of scared to see the reaction of how people how they're gonna react or whatever, so they won't. But there comes a time that it's whatever. Like at the end of the day, you have to be real with yourself. If the person, like if these people, if they support you, they'll support you no matter what. Even if they disagree with you, they will support you no matter what. I had some subscribers like that, and I appreciate them. I really did at that time. I appreciate them. This YouTube thing is just, oh my god, it's just crazy.
Well, the thing is, it's like I could see where everybody gets. One thing about you've noticed this probably having a YouTube channel and doing Nintendo content, and you might notice this more than I do because you were one of them dudes that actually supported Nintendo at one time. Like you were all for what they were doing and everything. I've always been mixed feelings. You ever notice how these dudes just sub to the channel, like all these like weirdos like Mr. Red Fox, Super Brothers, all these guys, and then these Nintendo channels get like an automatic 500 subs, but then they might hit 1,000. Very few of them go over that. They don't never get past like the 4,000 mark. Only I think 1 or 2 of them did. You know what I'm saying? They always get that automatic. If they're cheering, if I got in this podcast and kept doing this every video, I love Nintendo. Iowata's my hero. I would get those subs, but I would never reach another limit. They would never get to where Broken Games is, or Stone Fox Media.
No,
you never see Nintendo guys get that big. You never see it. That just shows how small their audience really is. But those guys will run and support you. Cheer up Nintendo. You'll get the fastest subs, but you won't get to where they are cheering up Nintendo. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, I got this to say. At least in this, how hard a Tom said, in the crumb side of YouTube, there's not a lot of Nintendo fanboys. There's really not. But in the other side, trust me, there is a ton of them. There is a ton. It's just that in this side of the community, there isn't many.
Maybe I meant to say it in this community.
Yeah. In this community, no. There's not a lot of them.
most of the channels, even ones I'm friends with, they'll hit like 2,000 at 3,000 at the most. I'm talking about like Mr. T, you know, people like that. You know, but I never see a lot of these guys ever get to 4,000, 5,000.
Nah.
And Mr. T's doing fucking awesome content. He has his shit all edited, it's all professional. But is it just because the fan base is so small in this community?
Yeah. Yeah, that's what it is.
But they're the first motherfuckers to go. If you just got on a video and cheered Nintendo, they'll sub right to you just because you're cheering Nintendo, no matter what.
Yeah.
They're diehards, dude. I don't get it. I don't understand it. But in my eyes, you'll never make it as a Nintendo channel in this community. You have to go.
Oh no.
Neutral. You have to.
Yeah. You have. I would say, for you in the crumbs in this side of YouTube, for you to get big, you have to have, you know, your content just cannot be Nintendo. It just can't. And if it is, you mention them very, you know, a little bit. It has to be a Sony-based or Microsoft-based channel for you to get somewhere on YouTube. Honestly, because these little.
What's up, Super Mario 1999 Pokemon Nerd 2000? Thanks for watching all my podcasts. I never say that. You always do. I really do appreciate it, man. Thank you.
I think he was one of my subscribers in the past. I think he was sub to me a long time ago. He probably doesn't remember.
He's a good dude. He always watches my podcast. He's a Nintendo guy, but he always he's one that don't get upset with what I say where he don't watch me or say he's not going to watch me. He'll like have a different opinion of what I'm saying, but he's not one that's like, I'm not watching this, I'm unsubbing. No, he's not like that. He's a good dude. He has a good channel too. I just keep up with. I want to say that too during this podcast. With everything going on, guys, I can't keep up with everybody's channel like I used to. I'm sorry, you know.
Yeah.
I wish I could.
You see supporters like that. Those are the good subscribers.
Well, I try to watch everybody's videos, but when they're putting out like 3 to 5 videos, I can't watch them all. I will watch as many as I can, but I can't do it. And sometimes I forget to watch people because I watch so many people. And I'm not just saying that. I do. Peter, you know I do. You see how I comment that.
Yeah.
You know, but
I know.
What's going on in life, I can't do it, you know. And if I want a game,
of course,
either game or YouTube. Those are 2 options for this thing, you know. Other than that, it's life. You know.
There's no way in hell anyone in the comments could say that they could do both. Be on YouTube comment section and game. No way.
Well,
unless you have somebody else type in the comments for you. Other than that, no, you can't.
Well, what I was doing for a while, you know, recently when I slowed down a little bit, I'll always do my podcast every week, and at least do that, and maybe a video a week. But some of these motherfuckers, they're doing videos every day. They've got maybe more than 1 video, which is fine. If you know, some people, like when I first got on YouTube, I loved it. You know, I would do, and I still do, but I would do a video every day. But it was to get my channel going, you know. But now I at least do the podcast, and this week so happened, you know, I did more videos than 1 a week, you know, which is cool. You know, I'm enjoying it this week. But there's weeks where I don't want to do one. You know, I just always make sure I do the podcast for the subscribers at least if I'm not doing any videos that week, because I want to watch YouTube too. I don't want to just, you know, do. I enjoy watching people like Black Bond, you know, RXL. You know, shit, even Next Gen 720, he was cool to me the other day, you know, in his live stream. You know, I like One Stop for Gamers. He's my friend, but I like to watch his videos, you know, all these, you know, Bear Hugger, you know, Real Gamer 27, all of them, you know, all great channels. Old Dirty 33, UV186, you know, all them guys. But I watch a lot of people, and it's hard. I had to get away from the bigger YouTubers, watch them. I can't remember last time I watched Boogie, and that was you, Chrono, Next Gen, Boogie. Those were like the first guys I started watching that I came across, you know, and that came across Furious Fanboy, watched him, and then I got his channel.
Furious Fanboy.
They don't like my opinion, you know. But it is what it is, you know. But a lot of them, you know, they're cool. I don't care if they even blocked me because they were upset. You know, I still support their channel. You know, maybe they were having a bad day. And, you know, like Next Gen, he blocked me that one time. He said he unblocked me now, so that's cool. I have nothing against him, but I was being a dick in the comment section with him joking around about drug dealing or something. You know, so whatever. But one thing on my channel, I would never block anybody. You know, I don't care what you guys. It is what it is.
Yeah.
It had to be really bad for me to block somebody, and I don't even know how to block anybody, so I'm not searching for that anytime soon. But it's funny, Peter. You know, I would go and support, like I said earlier, people like Furious Francis. Even though if my opinion didn't agree with his, I was still liking and sharing his videos. Same thing with Mr. Red Fox. I shared his videos. A lot of these Nintendo dudes. And they would not. Why would you not want somebody liking and sharing your videos? You know, isn't that the thing you want? YouTube views and likes. Isn't that what people want? Thumbs up, not thumbs down. And I never give anybody thumbs down, no matter how much, you know, we have a disagreement. I can't even remember if I ever thumbs down the video because I give everybody credit for doing this. You know, even if it's gonna suck. You know.
Yeah.
Even if your video.
At least in my case, if the video sucks, I ain't giving you no thumbs up.
Well, the only people I don't really, I won't give a thumbs up anymore so much is like IGN, GameSpot. I don't care because you don't get replies to begin with. You know, they're never going to reply because they don't have nobody to reply, I don't think. And what's the point of doing that? Bigger YouTubers, sometimes I won't bother to write a comment unless it really. Because, you know, if you write a comment to Boogie, when is Boogie going to ever write you back in the comment section, you know?
You'll be surprised.
You know, I never go back from him, you know?
I think I only got a reply once from a big YouTuber. I know you guys must know. His name is, I think it's Omega Sin, something like that. Alpha Omega, something like that. You know? That dude, I got a reply from him, and it was on a Sonic Boom video, something like some Sonic game. Yeah, and I said something, but I said something trolling, and he replied. I was shocked, you know, because he had.
He'll reply to you. That's why I give that guy credit.
Yeah. Him too. You see, him too. I forgot about Review Tech. You see, that's how you know, like, and I used to know, you know, I used to watch his channel too a lot, but since I've been, you know, not that much into YouTube, occasionally watching it here and there, and getting to the point that I'm just not gonna watch it no more, like, you know, but yeah, Review Tech, as much as people troll him about the $200, the big cheese or whatever, he will reply to you, you know.
Yeah, Review Tech USA, I give him credit. That guy will write back to you, but a lot of these other dudes won't, you know. I don't really bother, you know. I will like the video. I mean, that's fine. You know, I like everybody's video I usually view, even IGN's, but I won't leave a comment. You know, a lot of people pick at me because I write also great video and channel. That's me showing respect to your work. You know, I think that shows that you have a great channel, and at least somebody's writing that in your comments. You should feel proud of yourself, you know. These little douchebags, KFD and his buddy, they were making fun of that, and I was like, okay, I'm liking your shit, and, you know, a case like them, I'd be saying that to them if I was supporting them at the time, but really their channel's garbage, you know, but I'm giving them credit for doing it. You know, getting on there in Ethiopian, starving, no air conditioning. You know, I'm helping the guy out. You know, I'm even helping the other guy buy amiibos. You know, let's get real. You know, that's more amiibo money, Tony.
Tony, if you're listening to this, like, seriously, dude, throw those amiibos away. Like, come on, man. You're a grown-ass man.
It's time to grow up, buddy.
Like, exactly. Like, give them, if you have a kid, give them to your kid, man. But don't make video, like, delete that video, please. That is embarrassing. You're embarrassing yourself. Amiibos, really? Come on.
Do a donation to Toys for Tots. Not that we're laughing at Toys of for Tots. You should donate to that.
Yeah, man.
I know it's gonna break your heart. There, you're gonna be holding them. You're gonna be crying, but just do it. You're saving yourself a social life, and you're not gonna.
Oh man.
But another thing I want to talk about. Twilight Bites. He recently did a video. I don't know if you've seen his last video where he was going on about. I think he was going on about the YouTube gaming community and that he has got his own pad now. He's moving out. He don't understand. Why people argue and all this stuff. But he's one of the people that has totally changed direction with his channel. Remember how he came on there and he was remember when he came on YouTube and you could kind of get what he was saying? You could kind of follow him. Now he went into this big when you talk to him, it's like driving and you're going down a road and you're getting lost. You're like, what the fuck are you talking about, man? Where are we going?
Oh God.
Most hypocritical person on YouTube, one of them, right there in this community. He's like, hey guys, talk about Nintendo, that's not right, but I'm going to go talk about Sony and Microsoft. I'm going to go on about them. What makes you should? In other words, I get from that guy all the time. It's okay to like Nintendo, but if you like Sony or Microsoft, you're doing something wrong. You're trolling. He's one of them type. Yeah. I don't know. Thank God, he moved into his new place wherever that is, and he said that internet is a necessity. It's not a luxury, and you can't pay the internet bill. So won't be seeing him.
Oh, so that's what happened.
Yeah, the internet is you can't use his dad's internet no more, so he's not here no more.
Oh God. That's what should happen to a lot of these dudes in the comments. They should literally have no internet.
Yeah, you got KFD over there with no AC. He's not paying his fucking bill for got no lights in the house. Fucking doing that for fucking internet, man. That man, he's sweating to death over there, starving Marvin. Ethiopian. He reminds me of the guy in South Park.
Oh God.
Oh man. But yeah, pretty much. Other than that, what do you think Nintendo could? Now let's get on the whole thing with Nintendo, and then I think we'll wrap it up. With Nintendo, the whole NX thing. They're making a new console. That's one of the things that made me finally say goodbye to the Wii U when I heard that. What do you think? I have a question for you. Say Nintendo comes out with this new powerful console. Does that mean that they're going to actually add voice chat and all these features that are on the PS4 and Xbox One and shit, maybe more, when they got a console right now, the Wii U, that is capable of doing that, what the PS3 could do in the Xbox 360, and they don't do it already. So what makes people think that they're going to do it with this more powerful console?
Yeah. My answer to that is no. I don't think they're going to do it. It's because how Shokyo said in one of his videos in the past, Nintendo, they're too Japanese. That's the problem, They're too Japanese, and I don't know. They're just strange. I don't even with the powerful console, they're not even gonna get third-party support. I'm gonna tell you that right off the bat. They're not getting third-party support. They have always had bad relationships with third party ever since the GameCube days. Yeah, since the GameCube. They've, and I bet some of you guys are probably tired of hearing the same thing, but it's true. Since the GameCube days, they have not, but that's when the third party just went downhill, So it's, and the new NX thing, whatever that is, some people are saying it's going to be a console. Other people are saying it's going to be handheld type console. I don't even know. But whatever the hell this thing is, at least, will I get it? Hell no. I'm not getting it. I don't trust Nintendo no more. Matter of fact, I don't trust none of these companies. But I don't know, the NX thing might be another gimmick. Knowing Nintendo, they might, I don't know, invent some type of new motion controls, I guess.
They better stay away from that. They better just what they need to do is just come out with something basic. As a controller, a console, it's powerful. Where if third party, if Iwata does go and suck EA's dick, and Ubisoft's dick, they can get third party back. You know, that's what he's gonna have to do, and he's gonna have to shell out some money, plain and simple.
Yeah.
With the recent news of them not wanting to get virtual console games, you know, they want them, but they don't want to go for the Super NES. You know, they don't want to go to these third parties and, you know, shell out any money, so they're not getting them. So that goes along with third party probably too. They don't want to put out the money, and that's why they're not getting third party. So what I don't understand, all these people think with this new console, things are going to be different. If they're going to do all their same business practices, where they don't want to give any money to third party, then they're not going to have third party support, no matter if they have the most powerful system in the world. You know, even with the GameCube, it was the most powerful of that generation. What did they have that generation? That, you know, it was better than the Wii U, of course, but did they have the best third party games? No.
No.
Did they have the most content of the games? No. Nintendo's getting half-made games, you know, like, and I think what it boils down to, why they even got them games, was because that's all Nintendo was willing to give for money, and they're like, all right, you know, this is a theory of mine. Third party's like, okay, we're going to give you this of Mass Effect, you know, you're going to get a bullshit version of it. You're going to get Call of Duty with no DLC, you know, because you don't want to shell out any money more than what you're willing to give now. You know, why? They're probably thinking in their head, why should we give you what we're giving Sony and Microsoft if you don't even want to, you know, put out any money? You know, why should we port you this great port and you're not giving us any money? And really, to be honest with you, I don't think this next console is going to have party chat. It's going to have streaming, if anybody's thinking it's going to have that. I don't think it's going to even have a fucking Blu-ray player, because, you know, I don't think Nintendo wants that.
Is it even going to have a hard drive? Probably not. What is it going to use this time? 64 gig flash? Like, come on, man. Like, wake up. And another thing, they should already put an Ethernet port in their next console. Like, it's really getting ridiculous right now. Like, it's crazy. They're way behind in the times.
They're the only the only next-gen console out right now. Supposedly the Wii U is a next-gen console without an Ethernet.
Yeah, that's crazy. You have to buy a separate adapter.
Fucking bad.
Yep. And another thing, and another thing, how in the world, since now that I'm here, how do they have a handheld that doesn't support the charger? Like, are you kidding me? This is worse than DLC, right there. That's even that's worse.
I don't mess with the handhelds.
That's crazy.
I've been thinking of getting a Vita for off-screen play, but that's basically it. Because I did like on the Wii U the off-screen gamepad. You know how you can. I like that feature. I'd like to do that on the PS4. But what are you talking about? The whole AC adapter? What's up?
Yes, that. Like, how, you know, their past 3DS and the 3DS itself, you know, it came with it, but the new one doesn't come with it.
Oh yeah,
which is crazy.
Some kind of other. Does the adapter from the old ones are supposed to work though, right?
Yeah, it does. But here's the thing. What if you didn't have the old one?
Oh, okay.
You know, and you're
I knew about this. I guess it's cutting costs. You know, they're betting that you had a 3DS before and you're going to run out and buy another one because the 3DS was so great. I guess they're thinking that. Like, people want to run out and buy another 3DS for an extra control and a little beefed up, you know, graphics. You know, I understand certain games won't play on your old 3DS, but really, in all honesty, they're still going to make games for the old 3DS, I believe. And you know, it's just a gimmick. It's another gimmick from Nintendo that is fucking, you know, you've got all these fucking Wii U weirdos that go on about DLC and all that and bitch about that. But what the other companies do, but Nintendo pulls out all these fucking gimmicks and does all this other bullshit, not giving you AC adapters, standard features in consoles. Pull out this shit with amiibos where you need them to do certain things in games. Nobody bitches about that. All this other shit is totally wrong. They're hypocrites, these weirdos. I'm just being honest.
Yep.
That's what it boils down to. I really enjoyed doing this podcast, man. It sucks you're leaving YouTube. I think that's all I got. Trying to think about anything else I wanted to talk about. So this is the last time where
this is it, people. That's it. I'm gone.
Gaming community of the whole community and Nintendo YouTube gaming community, the Wii weirdos.
What? Any final words?
Yeah.
Well, what would I say to the fanboys? To the dick sucking fanboys. You guys are all a bunch of idiots. You guys are just the dumbest people I've ever seen on the internet. Like, I've never seen so many fucking idiots on the internet defending companies. And those of you that have brains and that supported me, in the past, if some of you guys exist, thank you. I appreciate it a lot. When I was doing YouTube, it was fun, hella fun, And yeah, man, like, I got so much stuff going in life, and it's just not the same anymore. And just with the gaming stuff, it just isn't the same. A lot of things change, a lot of scams, a lot of bad practices, and this community, it's just fucked up.
Well, you're not the first person to tell me that you're getting, just tired of this community. Like, to me, this is entertainment to do a video and watch people in the comment sections. But, if but
at the same time, like, there comes a moment in life that you just get tired of it.
Oh no, that's what I'm saying. Like, if you came here, like Wolflow, he came here for gaming, which I originally came here for. But when I saw what it was, I thought it was a trip. So I did videos and all that, whatever. I think it's a fucking trip watching, these grown men with amiibos and Mario hats on and all this shit. I showed this shit to my brother and he just fucking laughs. He's like, God, this is, he's like, he just looks at it and laughs, like, because a lot of people that don't follow this shit, they think this shit's hilarious if you show them, like, clown meats. They're like, what the fuck's a clown meat? When Clown Meat was doing his shit, I show him my boss. I was like, look at this guy. It's the Clown Meat. And you got guys like, I'm not attacking nobody, but, the average human being outside of YouTube looks at this shit and,
they'll laugh and they'll think that people are idiots,
Yeah, they're like, what are these grown men doing with their time? And I'm guilty of that too. I'm not guilty of going and buying amiibos, but
not anything but that.
Yeah, I'm guilty of joining this disaster too.
Yeah, I'm not innocent either. I was part of this too. Like, I'm not innocent. Like, I used to do, fucked up shit too and say a lot of dumb shit also. Everybody says that. It comes a time that everybody does something stupid, but, like, it's just crazy. Like, since I gotten away from it for that long and just don't have that interest anymore in gaming, it's just time to say goodbye and just let it go. And YouTube, I'm just also tired of just people constantly, still to this day, how I told you on Skype, they keep messaging me about shit that I said in previous comment. It's just crazy. I have to delete this account. Like, after this, that's it. I have to delete everything. so I could stop getting messages from weirdos.
Well, before we close this down, you know, like going back to what I was saying, if you did this, you'd have no time for other stuff if you had a
Yeah,
job.
yeah.
Now, how long? Tell me, when you did do comment wars and shit about the console war or arguing with a Wii weirdo, how long did some of that shit go on for? I'll say, one time I argued with Furious Francis for a couple days, doing other shit, just arguing with him and going back to doing what I was doing, and then going. It went on for days,
Yeah, well, I never spent, at least for me in my case, when I reply to people in the comments, like Matt's, I was up to probably, which is crazy, 2 a.m. sometimes 3 most. But beyond that, no. And if I get replies like on the next day, I wouldn't reply to them. But what these dudes would do is, next time you make a comment on another video, they want to start another comment war there, and it's just crazy, you know. Like, it was in the beginning, yeah. Don't get me wrong, you do get addicted to that, and nobody could say that you don't, because that's a lie. You do get addicted to it, especially when you're first starting off.
That is one thing I want to talk about, and I almost forgot before I shut the show down. Sorry to keep it going, guys. I'm sure you're enjoying it, though. It's an addiction to some people, the YouTube gaming thing, just talking about games, talking about drama. I think it's an addiction. What do you think, Peter?
Yes, it is. It is, because, like, I'm not going to lie, like, there was times that I didn't even watch, you know, I didn't watch TV. I'll just look at people's videos, what they had to say, you know, the back and forths, you know, at that time. Because I think also it also comes with this, like, when you don't have a lot of stuff to do, when you have a lot of free time, you'll stay in the site. You know, I didn't stay in the site even if I didn't have, you know, a job and didn't have many things to do, but still. But it's just crazy. It's just crazy.
Yeah, I think it's all an addiction.
Yeah.
I think these guys get really into this shit. You know, and they live it. Like, I think it ruins their social life. It
does.
This is another thing that goes along with that. Hold on. Thank you, Kazua119, for joining the podcast. You know, comment Brownie77. It's a dude. The other day I actually did a live stream. I just was testing it out. He actually found me on Twitch.
Wow.
It's easy to find. It's DavesHadeNuFF187. Same thing as my YouTube. But tonight I will link the channel with my live stream if I do you know, whatever you want me to play. I'll do Mortal Kombat. I'm not that good at it yet, but I'm getting there. I'm okay with Scorpion, UFC, Last of Us, you name it. Pretty much got all the newer ones. I'm not gonna get into Bloodborne or anything tonight like that. Battlefield Hardline, you know, stuff like that. I'm trying to think if Dying Light's downloaded, but you know, whatever you want to see, okay, cool. All right, yeah. Right now, basically, the games I'm good at is like UFC. I'm not too bad at like Mortal Kombat, but I'm not good, like decent at it yet either. Last of Us, I'm pretty decent at. Haven't played it in a while. Call of Duty, whatever, it don't matter. Battlefield, I love playing Battlefield, but I suck at it. But I'll live stream it. I mean, that's one game I do love playing, but I'm not. For some reason, I can play Call of Duty, but I can play both of them, but I'm just not good at Battlefield. But I love it more than Call of Duty. But I can actually play Call of Duty once I get going. Once I get warmed up, I get good. What do you say? You can beat one stop with no practice. No, I mean one stop for gamers. We played Last of Us when I was playing a lot with them. We haven't played lately, but he's one that taught me how to play UFC, you know, and then Procrastination, my buddy on there, really taught me how to play it. He was the beginning teacher, him and Blackula, and then Procrastination really showed me stuff. Standing up in that game, I can take out anybody pretty much. Only except Big Dread. I'll give him that. He gets me, but I haven't faced him in a while, so I might have a chance against him. But on the ground, I kind of suck in that game. Last of Us, once I get going, I'm a beast. Call of Duty, I'm an average player. You know, I can die a lot, but I can get a lot of kills and get to the top of the list. But I'll do a live stream. I got Resident Evil Revelations 2. I got all them games. I can do a single player or a multiplayer. I'd probably do multiplayer tonight because I'm tired. What I was going to say, too, damn it, before I stop the screen or something, I was just wanting to say, oh, that's what I want to get on. Before I end the podcast, would you agree with this, Peter? This is one last thing. I know I've been saying it's the last thing, but there's so many things I want to talk about, but I just don't want to keep this going. But this is something I do want to, I think it goes along with a lot of people on YouTube and what's going on, you know, with YouTube gaming. All right. I have a few friends in life that I did a lot of drugs with, and it fucked them up. You know, they have social disorders. But, you know, you can get a social disorder from just being born, you know, growing up with it. Some people get it caused by drugs, and they don't want to be around people. They would be the type of people that would want to be around people, and then they got on drugs, got real fucked up, and they don't want to be around nobody. Can't even go into a grocery store. Can't even call and order a pizza and talk to the pizza guy. They can't do that. But you got people on YouTube that I think what happened, they had social disorders, not that necessarily say they got it by drugs, just were, you know, like that to begin with, and they found YouTube. And I think a lot of these dudes, like, you know, Twilight Bites, I remember, he had a hard time talking on camera at first. Then he got going. I seen Twilight do, like, concerts and stuff. Not concerts, but little shows. He's like a jazz singer or something. But I was assuming at first he had a social disorder. And I know for a fact from seeing it with friends, there are a lot of people on this site with social disorders. And I'm not, I don't want to say this person's name because somebody was talking to me actually yesterday and said, I'm not saying you have a social disorder if you know who I'm talking about, but he said it helped him talk to people, you know, doing YouTube, where he had that problem with talking to people. But there's some people that have social disorders that can't even, like I said, call the pizza man. You know, can't even go into a supermarket. You know, and I think that's what we're running into here on YouTube. You got dudes that really have never went out in real life and dealt with things. You know, had to go to school because they had to go to school. We're always the odd kid in schools that, you know, people picked on. And then they would go home and they're, you know, go on their computer or play their one day. They look over and found YouTube. And here they are. You know?
Yeah.
And that's why I think you have a lot of people on here with social disorders. Would you agree, Peter?
Yeah, I definitely would agree, because it seems like these guys, they never step away from you. They just don't step away from YouTube. Like, it's like YouTube is their home. Like, they're everything. YouTube pays their bills. It does everything. That's why they spend so much time on it. It's just crazy. Like, not even a day off. Like, that's crazy. And I know some of you guys in the comments right now probably watching. I know for a fact that you guys just don't step away from it. You guys are going to lie. Y'all prefer, even when taking a shit, y'all probably reply in comments, which is fucking crazy. Like, oh, man. It's just crazy. It's crazy. Like, I've never in my life would have ever imagined some of the stuff that I heard in this community. You know, if you're honest, you're trolling. And by the way, that word trolling, if you ever go in public, you will never hear a person say that. Only in this YouTube thing, you'll hear people say, oh, he's trolling. Like, what? You know?
I'm here. This is where I first heard the word trolling was here, but I'm hearing it in other networks now, social networks and stuff. I have heard the word, you know, trolling outside of YouTube, but on the internet. You know, I haven't really seen too many people.
What about? Wait. What about this word? This is the word that when I first came here, that boggled my mind. Damage control. Like, nigga. Like, are you serious?
That's not a bad word though. I use the
I know, but just saying it, you would like if you go in public, you will never in your life hear anyone in public say that word. I've heard at least where I heard that from here on YouTube. Nowhere else in the universe I've heard that.
That word, damage control.
Yup.
Like not invented it, but who started that? Whole thing.
I have no idea. All I know is at least when I first started watching it, that it was in between Dr. Trey, Shokyo, Black Baron, BG, Hardy Times. It was between all them niggas that word. I don't know. That it's just crazy. Like it's crazy to me.
I know. Damage control, Sony Pony, words like that. I heard X-Twats, a lot of them. I got an idea of who started a lot of these words. The one I always liked, I'm not taking any credit for it. I was saying it for a while. I do have to say I was saying it for a while, and I didn't hear nobody else saying it at the time.
We weirdos? Yes, that was you.
I people say Next Gen started, but I didn't hear that from Next Gen. If he did, he might have started saying it to himself. I'm not taking credit I started, but I was saying that word because I actually thought,
yeah,
weirdo. It just fits,
Mm-hmm.
But I'll give credit, people whoever started that. But I didn't take it from you. I just always thought of these people as fucking wee weirdos, Now, like Nintendo or stuff like that. I never started saying that. That was hilarious. Weetard. That was it. A weetard. That cracks me up when I heard that one. But Sony Pony, I like all the words, but yeah, I've always just thought of the people as weird, and they're wee weirdos that just fit,
Yeah.
But not taking credit for it, but I was saying it by myself. I didn't need nobody to tell me that word. You should just look at some of these dudes and get that word. But yeah, I think there's a lot of social disorders here on YouTube. I think that's the problem too. You got a lot of guys that are socially disturbed. I'm not saying everybody. I have somebody in the live chat right now, telling me about, he has some kind of social disorder, but we're not talking about you, man. You're okay. I'm just talking about some of these dudes that have social disorders that get on here and think they're, king shit like Twilight, and they're really not. Really deep down inside, when you go meet the guy in real life, he's probably won't even talk to the fucking mailman. Or fucking pick at the grocery store, or go to a bar in his life,
Yep.
I've seen some of these people put on, on their videos like they're doing a lot of stuff in the real world, but I don't think it is. Now some of them I actually do believe, like Black Bond. I think the guy has a life, but some of these other dudes, I don't think so.
Black Bond. You're not gonna agree with this. He invented the word, at least, social reject, but he is the definition of a social reject. He lives in the comments all day. That dude, oh my god, that dude also, he lives in the comments all day.
I've always liked to do the videos.
No. I like this video too, but I gotta keep it real, man. When he's on a comment, when he's on a comment section, he is on a comment section. No breaks are given.
Well, he has out of like all the people in this community, he has a bigger channel, and he has a lot more of those fucking whack jobs go to his channel.
Hell yeah.
All right. Some of the shit that I hear from these idiots in the comment section, I could read some comments, but I'm not going to. It makes you want to respond to them. And if he's getting about, he has 16,000 subscribers, not saying they're all active, a good majority of them active, unlike a lot of these other channels that have 1,000 or 2,000 subscribers that have hardly any views. At least that dude gets views. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
He has active
Yeah. Yeah, of
getting a
course.
lot of comments from a lot of fucking weirdos, and it's hard not to respond. You sometimes think, are guys this fucking weird, stupid? You know, so I can see what Black Pond's thinking. Like, I would be commenting back too. But I too, I had to turn the comment section off sometimes because it just, you could argue with these dudes all day long, and it never ends. I mean, you'd be there all day in comments.
Yeah.
But Pokemon Nerd said, what about Nintendrones? Yeah, that's a pretty good one. Nintenfags, 16-bit Gamester said.
Well, the Nintenfags, I used to say that. I used to say that a lot in the comments.
I mean, all in all, I'll be honest, it's fun. I mean, a lot of, like I said, you learn a lot of stuff from this site. And it's interesting, the whole thing. Like, all this, the words you learn, things you do. I have to say it, you learn stuff about gaming, but stuff that's not needed. Stuff that's not needed if you're a gamer. You don't need to know what kind of toilet paper Iwata uses to wipe his ass if you're a Nintendo game. Yeah. I mean, that's not needed. I mean, some of these dudes, like I said, act like they're king shit with Nintendo because they just went to Nintendo school and they learned, you know, Nintendo grades 12, you know. I'm just saying, it's not, that don't mean you're a gamer because you know about Iwata and his toilet paper, you know, or what Reggie, you know, wears underwear. It's not the case, buddy. Sorry, guys, that doesn't make you, you know. But yeah, thanks, Peter, for doing this one-on-one. It sucks you're leaving YouTube, man. I wish the best for you. I'm sure a lot of people here on YouTube will miss you.
I doubt that. Especially the haters. Oh, my God. The people that hate my opinion, I doubt. But if there are some nice people there, you know, I will definitely miss you guys. Definitely will.
It was a great one-on-one. Like I said, it sucks you're leaving, but I appreciate you doing this podcast, man. I had a great time, and I always had a great time watching your videos. And I hope you change your mind and go back to YouTube one day.
Oof. One day, who knows? I'm saying that for now, but who knows in the future? If I'll probably peek and see what this community is up to. But for now, man, I'm just gonna go. And it was a pleasure, man, to be here finally on your podcast. Since I remember you wanted this a long time ago.
Peter has come back to YouTube. Millions, millions of Wii U weirdos. Or like the thousands and hundreds of Wii U weirdos.
Man, hopefully those Wii U weirdos are gone by that time.
You smell what Peter's cooking.
Oh man.
All right.
But yeah, man.
Like I said,
later.
I appreciate all you guys watching, and to all you Wii U weirdos, while you are enjoying sadness with your Wii U, I will be enjoying greatness. Yes, Lord. Thank you for watching my podcast. Till next time.